Hi guys, this layout is going to be the companion to the last one I did. I'm going to be scrapping the photo that I didn't get to last time, which is a vertical photo of my other daughter with her favorite Christmas present, which was her Furby. And you just saw a glimpse of the other layout that I did, which was called Baby Alive. You can check that out on my channel if you missed it. So I'm just looking through the Studio Calico 34th Street kit. I also have Pen Station and Herald Square add-ons. I was going to punch out the letters to spell the word Furby using that bright, colorful paper, which would have taken this layout in a completely different direction, but my punch actually broke as I used it. I heard a pop inside and my husband took it apart to fix it, which he's fixed punches before, but not this one. It's broken. So I don't have a square punch anymore. Boo. Anyways, I've just picking out some papers. A lot of these papers were at the top of my pile, sort of already left over from the other layout that I had done. Most of these things were actually still sitting on my desk, still kind of cut into from the Baby Alive layout that I keep showing there. The reason I keep showing it is that I'm actually scrap lifting it. So I am making this layout be very similar to the other one. I'm just trying to, I'll explain what I'm doing here. I'm actually trying to cut that paper so that the red heart is in a place that I don't think is going to be covered up. At this point, I don't quite know what I'm doing yet, so it's hard to guess where it might not be covered up, but I'm thinking close to the outside edge would be safe. So that's where I positioned that heart. And here I am just kind of doing the inverse. So the other layout was more of a vertical blocked layout. This one is more of a horizontally blocked layout. And other than that, they're very similar. So I'm putting that washi tape paper on the top and bottom. And I don't remember who makes that. It did come in the kit, so if you're really curious about where that washi tape paper came from, you can check out the Studio Calico 34th Street kit, and it would be one of the ingredients, one of the supplies that's listed in one of the kits that I have that I've already mentioned. So now, because that lined paper, and I'm using that lined paper horizontally, although I normally would use that vertically, I just wanted to do something different. This is one of the few times you'll ever see me measure, but that off line is really throwing me off, and it's making it look like the layout is a lot more crooked than what it really is. And so I had to use my ruler just to make sure that I wasn't making everything all lopsided, because it's hard to trust your instincts for what's straight when you've got lines running at an angle, at an odd angle. It's a little bit easier if they were 45-degree angle like a true diagonal, but this one is a little trickier. So I've got my general layout done. I've scrap lifted myself in that I've put the craft polka dotted washi tape on the top and bottom again. I ripped it in half and put it along so I'd have a jaggedy kind of an edge. And I did do that in the previous layout, and these two are going to face each other, so that's why. I thought for a minute there about using that piece of my mind's eye, and now here I have my pink paisley Polaroid frames because I used one in the other layout. So I'm trying to make these kind of matching each other. Not really matching, but kind of looking the same. That other Polaroid that you see there is a Heidi Swapp one. I just trimmed that down a little bit. It was a little bit too tall, so I took a bit off the top and a bit off the bottom. The other Polaroid frame that was foldable that you saw there for a minute was a Heidi Swapp one. I'm going to do a video about Polaroid frames pretty soon. So I just took a piece of that Studio Calico paper. It's the arrows on one side, and on the other side it has a bunch of journaling cards that you can cut apart. And so I cut one of those out just for the lines on it. And I'm going to do my journaling. And the journaling is just talking about how all that Livy asked for was a yellow Furby for Christmas, and she was just so happy that she got what she asked for. The kids know that they don't always get exactly what they asked for, so she was super happy that she did. So now I'm just positioning that Polaroid frame in such a way that it doesn't completely cover that red heart. Then I wanted to use some cow glitter paper on this layout because, well, it was laying on my desk, but also I wanted to carry that element over from the other layout because they will be facing each other in my scrapbook. So that's also why I use that sticker from the Echo Park Letters to Santa collection, which was part of the Photo Freedom. I actually bought it for my project life. But I had lots and lots left over, so I've been using them on the stickers and stuff on my Christmas layouts. So I'm just going to have that little sticker stick out like a flag. And now I'm looking for a roller date stamp that's going to work for me. And I ended up using the Studio Calico one. And the sentiment says one for the books. And then it has the date beside it. Put a little pop dot in there to lift it up off the page. And now I'm going to layer my Polaroid frame with my journaling in it. And I'm going to use that owl sticker, which is really cute, and it's also from the Echo Park Dear Santa or Letters to Santa collection. I just layered another label sticker underneath of it so it's sticking out a little bit, and then I'm going to layer the whole thing on one of those. I don't know if that's blue or green. I'm a little colorblind for that, but whatever. I guess we'll call it teal. Um, that other tab is from Crepe Paper Sleigh Ride, and so is the red tag that I have in my hand right now. So those two pieces are both from the Sleigh Ride collection. So, and these were all still laying on my desk from the other layout that I had just done. And so this is going to be my entry for the 2 peas in a bucket CHA challenge that involved using 9 things that were already on your desk. I had a million things on my desk, so this was pretty easy for me. I'm a messy scrapper and I'm not a good cleaner upper, so I'm just using wax paper there to lay out my letters, and then I'm going to line them up a little bit better than that. Yeah, oh yes, I have to do some sewing before I do that. So I'm going to do some sewing with black thread. It's actually a really dark brown thread that looks black, and I use the zigzag and straight stitch, just kind of going back and forth between various sizes. And I did that because I had done it on the other layout that this one is going to face, and I just wanted that to mirror, like to carry over from page to page. And so I just added that stitching wherever the craft washi tape was. Going to restick that flare badge, and now I'm finally lining up my letters so that they look a little bit better, and I'm going to place them, and then I'm just going to trim them up a little bit using my Cutter Bee scissors, and I have the kind that are supposedly non-stick, but mine are getting all gooped up with stickiness now, so I'm going to have to clean them soon. So there you get to see both of the layouts together and see how they really do kind of mirror one another in the layout. They're not exactly the same, but they're very, very, very close. And they have a lot of the same elements. So even though they're not matchy-matchy at all, like the Furby layout has lots of kind of dirty whites in it, and the Baby Alive layout has like bright whites in it, I think they'll look, I will like them beside each other in my album. I don't match my album at all anyways. Like I could have like really random, like vintagey, grungy type of layouts right beside clean and crisp layouts. So I don't match my albums at all. They're just a vessel to hold my layouts. They're not themed or anything. So I'm just adding some wood veneers in this corner because there are wood veneers in that corner on the other layout, but I didn't want to use exactly the same one, so I used hearts. And I'm just putting part of a pop dot underneath of that one because it hangs over the Polaroid frame, and sticking everything down, and now it's done. So now you get to have a bit of a close-up look at it, and I think at the end you're also going to get to see the two of them together beside each other. I'm going to play around with which one goes where in my book. So I love that glitter, both the font and the glitter paper. It's so much fun to have glitter on things. And then I just put that enamel dot by the heart so that it would bring a bit more attention to the fact that there's a red printed heart on that otherwise neutral paper. And yeah, so I think that's all I'm going to say about this one. Thanks for watching, guys.